claims to have sparred with Hearns while Hearns was preparing for the Leonard fight. Said he was unimpressed with his power. Hearns, on the other hand, doesn't remember that at all.
No, he wasn't a former sparring partner of mine, which we both been working together.
I know he knows, so I don't know why he's saying that. I know he can't be that punch drunk that he doesn't remember a year ago. But maybe he is if he doesn't remember.
The year is 1982. Thomas Hitman Hearns is back in the lab again following his crushing defeat to Sugar Ray Leonard, the first professional loss of his boxing life and the catalyst that would help Tommy down the stretch to become an all-time great.
And I say, Detroit, I shall return.
Next up for Hearns on his rebuild is the unpredictable, undefeated, and ultimately unknown war veteran of old, Jeff McCracken, a fringe contender with little hype but an abundance of talent.
2 times he won the World Military Games, and twice he was All-Marine.
Will the Hitman be able to pick off his next target like the professional Leon? Or will McCracken commit inimivation on the Motor City Cobra and leave us with a sulking snake lacking the sting it once promised? Let's get into it. Tommy Hearns wasn't normal. He was a walking cheat code. 6'1" in the welterweight division? That's not a boxer. That's a glitch in the system. Long limbs like Stretch Armstrong, power like Zeus on fight night, and knockout highlights that played like movie trailers.
I doubt if he'll be able to get up from this.
I'd rather fight Sugar Ray Leonard and Duran than fight Tommy Hearns. Tommy Hearns back then, 6'1", 6'2".
Tommy Hearns, he was a bad motherfucker, dude. And then bang, he would hit you with that right hand.
From the moment he starts Pepino Cuevas in just 5 minutes to win the WBA belt, it was clear. This dude wasn't just special, he was something boxing had never seen.
Pepino's trainer immediately, no hesitation, threw the white towel in the ring. Immediately. That's how devastating that right hand was.
Emmanuel Stewart saw it early. The fans felt it immediately. But oddly enough, what made Tommy great was losing.
14th round knockout victory for Sugar Ray Leonard.
Leonard lost an eye, Hearns lost his consciousness, but they both gained immortality.
That night revealed the one crack in his armor, stamina. The Hitman could punch through walls, but over 14, 15 rounds, he started to fade.
I felt I let myself down as well as my fans. That was a fight that I definitely had won. I had it in the bag already, and just let it slip away.
But now he had something real to work on, because even superheroes need to learn their limits. Ali had Frazier, Tyson had Douglas. Still, Hearns gassed out better than most guys fight fresh. Even when tired, he could end your night with one shot. But now, with the mysterious, undefeated Jeff McCracken on deck, Tommy had a point to prove.
Because everybody talked about how devastating his punching power was, but I was kind of surprised. To me, he didn't really have that much power. He didn't hit that hard for a middleweight. For a welterweight, he probably did, but not for a middleweight.
Jeff McCracken's story is as publicized as his many fights, which is not at all. With little to make of his story or personality, the hype for Tommy's fight was a slow build. Still, as the bout got closer, drama began to creep in as Jeff McCracken let the world in on a little secret, claiming he had sparred Hearns in the lead up to his fight with Sugar Ray Leonard, and that his power was not all it was cracked up to be.
I know he knows, so I don't know why he's saying that. I know he can't be that punch drunk that he doesn't remember a year ago, but maybe he is if he doesn't remember.
But all these he said, she said tales would soon be put to rest as the bout fast approached like Tommy's chopping right hand.
If I win this fight, which I plan to do, it just opens the door for a lot bigger things than this.
The big night arrived on July 25th, 1982, nearly 2 years since Hearns had lost his oath. And now it was time to see if this was the beginning of something beautiful for Thomas Hearns, or if we were now ultimately nearing a premature end to a fighter expected to be an all-time great, with Jeff the Mac Attack Kraken being the unexpected final boss of middleweight boxing all along.
10-10 even rounds. 3 knockdowns in any one round would stop the fight. This is round 1. Thomas Hearns in white. Likes to think that he fights that kind of style. He wants to bore in, get to the body, knows he has to get inside. He'll take a few to get there if he has to. And there's the combination. First solid one scored by Hearns, the left and the right. Thomas Hearns, born in Memphis, Tennessee. Very calm start for Thomas, trying to land that big right hand, setting it up carefully with the jab.
McCracken has to get more head fakes because what he's doing, he's walking straight towards Tommy, and Tommy with that reach.
He's keeping right on the end of that left hand. Very, very effective punch.
Hearns so far able to keep McCracken at bay.
Round 2 sees the tempo heat up, as by the midpoint of the full 3 minutes, Tommy lands a cracking right hand that wobbles McCracken and follows it up with some powerful body blows. Jeff fights back with the heart of a lion, yet the power of a mouse. And before long, Tommy comes back with another vicious right to the jaw of Jeff, which has him crumbling in slow motion as Hearns lands yet another right that secures the first knockdown of the fight. Mac makes it back to his feet rather quickly, but his claim that Thomas Hearns had an inflated reputation as far as power was concerned promptly seemed to be proven a fallacy. As the round reaches its close, the two men scuffle, with McCracken being slung around like a rag doll and returning to the canvas as the bell rings, and is soon followed up with a questionable standing 8 count.
2 knockdowns for Thomas Hearns in that second round.
Dwight Davidson, Alex Ramos, they couldn't stop him.
The right corner of the left eye near the bridge of the nose of Jeff McCracken.
You know, when you're in a fight, you have to have a game plan. Now I'm trying to figure out just what McCracken's game plan is.
Blood from that cut over the left eye near the bridge of the nose of McCracken.
But Tommy has tremendous hand speed for a large guy. Well, McCracken's a methodical fight. He's straight up, and I think he relies upon his power.
Under 30 seconds now to go with a combination landed by Hearns.
Doesn't change direction, just coming right in a straight line, Ray. He can get nailed anytime.
Hearns tried to load up on the right, and McCracken gets him to the corner and landed some shots to the body. McCracken trying to keep Hearns pinned in there, but Tommy battles his way out. Combination again, that big left jab starting it for Hearns, backing McCracken away. He's got Hearns in the Hearns corner, and he lands a good combination to the head. McCracken's best combination of the fight. McCracken trying to load up with the right hand, never landed it. Round number 5. Hearns missing with a combination. Huge right hand.
Just doesn't get off, Ray. That's right. He has to get off first. And then he should go right back and stay there. Instead, he's right back outside again.
Round 6 has more of the same from Hearns as he outmuscles and outmaneuvers his overmatched opponent. While McCracken has some slight success at times by backing Hearns up against the ropes and digging into the body, it's clear Hearns is the true master of the ring in this instance and takes what little punishment Jeff can dish out with ease, while returning with more fire from his own, more extensive arsenal.
That brings McCracken back out to the middle with a flurry.
Tim, that's that Marine Corps spirit. They just don't give up.
Tommy may punch himself out.
I'd like to alert our local stations along the line. We'll go to a station break at the end of this round. Unless there is a knockout, there's under a minute to go. Round number 6. A left and a right scored by Hearns.
Tommy's steering him around the ring beautifully, setting him up and hitting with everything but the kitchen sink.
Round 6, Jeff McCracken has definitely shown he can take a punch. Right hand wobble McCracken again. He was wide open for it. Another combination with much more blood over the face of McCracken. Hearns trying to knock him down. McCracken just determined to stay up. McCracken receiving some more attention on those cuts between rounds. This is number 7. He just hasn't been busy enough there. He tried that right hand lead and he landed it.
The right hand seems to have dazed Tommy.
Left hook landed for McCracken.
Well, McCracken's starting to pick up the pace a little bit more, and he's starting to throw more body shots now.
Left to the body, left to the head, and Hearns countered back with a right hand. Under 30 seconds to go round 7.
As round 8 begins, Jeff Cracken's legs seem weary. His face seems fatigued by the casualties of this irreparable war. And before long, crumbles under the unrelenting viciousness of Tommy Hearns' inescapable power punches, losing his footing more and more with each step, and eventually shattering against the ropes, hoping to lose the bout on his feet at least.
He's wobbled again on a combination from Hearns. Legs starting to go under McCracken.
He's ready now, Tim.
Back again.
Can't go much further.
Hearns sensing it, banging to the body. The referee watching it, saying that's it. He can do no more. And a standing ovation from the partisan crowd.
Hearns accepted his 8-round victory with his usual grace and decorum, and soon confessed he was setting his sights on another world title in this foreign weight class.
Well, I think I better take another tune-up fight. And after this next tune-up fight, maybe I'll go for it. I'll go for the championship next. I hope it'll be Benitez.
Hearns most definitely lived up to this promise and made his mark not just in the middleweight division, but also in the light middleweight division in his very next fight against the defensive wizard Wilfred Benitez. Of course, the light heavyweight division against the incredibly gifted Virgil Hill. In light of all these achievements, along with an incredible win over Roberto Duran, a draw with Ray Leonard that most believe he won, and arguably the greatest boxing match of all time against marvelous Marvin Hagler, Thomas Hearns became the first ever 5-weight world champion, cementing himself as an unforgettable all-time great of boxing indefinitely.
My place in history, I leave it up to the people that can call the shot. Well, wherever they place me, I'm be happy. I'll be satisfied because they don't have to place me at all.